How you guys doing? Eric here. Today is July 18th, 2015. It's a Saturday. And what can I say, man? The shit dozer just keeps rolling on. And the shit just keeps getting deeper and deeper and fucking deeper. Obviously the big story this week. Fucking another shooting. This time on a marine recruitment facility in Tennessee. Now today another person died this morning, so that makes it 5. And of course, you know what I think. Another fucking bullshit hoax, fake fucking shooting for their goddamn agendas. You know, the obvious agenda, first of all, is take away guns, right? Number one, of course, the old disarm the fucking people agenda, which has been going on since fucking long time, probably before Columbine, which was, I believe, part of it. But yeah, this guy, this time the shooter's a Muslim, but he's a very Americanized Muslim. I guess his parents immigrated here from Kuwait. His name's Muhammad. Now, it seems like every other fucking Muslim's name is Muhammad. Blah, blah, blah. Akalakaliziziz or some shit. And yeah, he went to high school here in America, and he was known as a great guy and wonderful, loving, nice guy that would. They just can't imagine that he would do something like this. And that's the narrative, as usual. And all the people that were killed are the greatest people that ever lived. The nicest, most wonderful, brave soldiers. Oh man, it's all such fucking bullshit. It never happened. The whole thing was fake, in my opinion. Of course, that's what I say about everything. But, whatever's all over the corporate media today, in my humble opinion, is fucking bullshit. It's all a big part of their fucking agenda. They're fucking desperate. These assholes are fucking, the desperation is through the roof to fucking lower the boom down on us, But yeah, the narratives come out right away, He was self-radicalized, or no, he was radicalized on the internet. Which is a big thing, That's a big part of the agenda, is to shut down the fucking internet, to control everything on the internet. Because the way it is now, there's just too much freedom for us to, put our opinion out there and doubt their fucking official stories, and they can't stand it that I'm allowed to sit here and make a video questioning the fucking pricks. And they just can't have it. So that's another part of the agenda, is the internet radicalization, the gun thing. Want to take the guns. He was the homegrown terror thing. That's a big one. He was homegrown. It's a homegrown terror situation. Homegrown terror is almost as a big a threat as homegrown marijuana. Or pot, which they like to call it on the news. They always say pot. He was high on pot. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that came out that, oh yeah, now they're finding out after doing a blood that the shooter was high on pot at the time. But yeah, he was obviously, oh yeah, the shooter was killed in this latest bullshit hoax shooting. There's like, some of them are killed, some of them commit suicide, and every once in a while one survives, so they can have a big, long, drawn-out fucking melodrama fucking trial, like fucking dickhead here in Colorado, fake fucking theater shooting, and fucking the Boston bomber bullshit trial. But most of them end up getting killed in the whole fucking thing. So yeah, that's the big story this week. Like you know what I think, man? It's just another fucking staged fucking crap. Fucking past their agendas as usual. Then you know it's a big deal what they call it. You know, the governor comes out and says, we're calling this an act of terror. You know, like the Fort Hood shooting. They tried to call it an act of terror, but the president came out and said, no, this is workplace violence. We're not going to call it. Like, we give a fuck what you call it. You know, like it's so important what they call it. We're calling this homegrown terror. Like it fucking, what they call it is so goddamn important, you know? It's fucking ridiculous. Yeah, oh, and then Obama comes out, and of course, I don't think he used the word terror. So that they were talking about that, what Obama was saying about it, and you know, he was not saying anything about Muslim or terror, or just, you know, he'll probably come out and once again and say, we're going to call this workplace violence. But anyways, yeah. So that's the big story this week, which they'll probably milk it for about another week, and then they'll just bring it up when they need to talk about their agendas. Just another one in their ongoing fucking shit parade of fucking fake psyops and fucking staged events to just steadily erode the rights of America, man. That's what it's all about. So yeah, the other big story this week, or last week, about a week ago, El Chapo escapes from a Mexican prison. That was an interesting fucking story there, man. They had to have a cell in a camera in his cell that captured him disappearing. I'm not sure what the fucking agenda behind this one is yet, why they're all over it, all over the mainstream corporate media, but they sure are making a big deal about someone escaping from a Mexican prison. So I'm sure they're going to use it. Something's going to come up that, well, I think it all ties in with the immigration thing and the freaking Donald Trump bullshit. Fucking talking shit about immigrants, and he's a racist because he says that Mexicans only send us Mexico only sends us their worst people, their fucking drug dealers and their criminals and their rapists. Yeah, it all ties in with that fucking bullshit chestnut. So, yeah, I'm sure there'll be some big fucking story about it coming up with El Chapo. They're going to be using that for some fucking crap fucking agenda. But yeah, that was kind of interesting, the whole how he disappeared, and how he fucking, they dug a tunnel a mile long right up underneath his fucking right up underneath his toilet, and no one ever caught him. Somehow they were able to tunnel right under his fucking toilet. I guess they were using a GPS or something. I don't know, but they were able to get right perfectly under his cell, under his toilet, 30 feet down. Oh, they said it's exactly 33 feet down. Exactly. And a mile long, and it took them a year to dig it, you know. They must have had a lot of fucking people working on it to do it in a year. A mile long tunnel like that. I was like, are you talking a shit? And then they showed pictures. It looks like a fucking mine. Like they went to some old mine somewhere and took pictures and claimed that was it. Yep, that's what I think it was. It's another bullshit story. Everything you see on the fucking corporate news, man. Bullshit fucking lies to pass their goddamn agenda. So there's going to be some agenda coming out of this. They're going to use it in the campaigns and their fucking bullshit talking points. And blah, 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 blah. The fucking shit never ends. And there's going to be a lot more of it coming up. A lot more psyops, a lot more stage shootings. And so, yeah. Also this week, Jade Helm got started. What was it? But yeah, a lot going on this week with the Jade Helm. You know, some people think that all this shit relates with Jade Helm. It probably does. The interesting thing I heard about Jade Helm was that it's a big practice for this new artificial intelligence supercomputer they got now that's pretty much, you know, totally self-aware. It's tied in with everything, and it's trying to predict what the soldiers are going to do. This is the latest one, the latest very interesting narrative behind Jade Helm that they're not talking about. That this artificial intelligence called Jade, the Jade program, and it's tied in with everything, and it's tied in with drones, with dash cams on police cars, with freaking traffic signal light fucking cameras. It's tied in with, you know, the government databases. I mean, everything. All this shit that it uses to predict what's going to happen, basically. And the idea behind it is this thing is going to take over all military operations in this fucking world. And its ultimate objective is to wipe out the human race. It's kind of like a fucking, like the Terminator, man, like in a real life Terminator scenario, where they're just going to put it all in the hands of a machine, and the machine is going to fucking do all the dirty work. That way they can't, you know, they can't prosecute a machine for war crimes. They can't fucking, a machine has no conscience. Well, neither do any of these fucking psychopaths ruling the world today. But yeah, it's like the Terminator, man. They were telling us, they were working on it probably way back then. It has no conscience, and it doesn't care, and it won't stop until you're dead. Yeah, it's just like that, man. And the idea is that this thing is just going to go around just, you know, strategically nerve gassing the population until it kills off 90% of us. Yep, using drones, and he'll be in control of the drones. And yeah, so yeah, I thought that was an interesting theory about what the whole Jade Helm thing is all about. It's basically the real life Terminator robot scenario being played out, and I think it might be some truth to it. We'll see, huh? Also this week here in Colorado, there was a vote by our wonderful legislatures here in Colorado they were going to try to get cannabis, or what they like to call marijuana or pot, you know, approved for veterans to use for PTSD, you know, which I thought. A lot of veterans that are suffering from PTSD claim that it helps them, but of course, it was voted down. So, yeah, you know, there will be no pot for veterans. You know, they still do it anyways, but they're not allowed to. I don't know if they're allowed to or not, really, here in Colorado. Our whole legalized pot thing here is so many loopholes in the law and fucking blah. It's like a quasi-legal here, you know. And, you know, they're flopping around like a bunch of fish with their heads cut off, fucking seeing what they can do to penalize us for it, you know. It's all about, their biggest racket now is fucking the marijuana DUI, man. They're really fucking pulling that out of their ass, man, and fucking ruining people's lives over it every day, man. It's fucking shit, man. But yeah, so the veterans will not be allowed to use marijuana for PTSD, medical marijuana. I think veterans might be able to use, like, what do they call it, recreational marijuana legally. But, you know, it brings me to this whole marijuana thing. You know, anywhere in the whole world, man, So fucking sick of it, man. The demonization of it. The most useful fucking plant on the planet. And these scumbags have to fucking control it. You know? They can't just leave it the fuck alone like they should. Let us grow our own, however much we want, whatever we want. No. You know, we're allowed to grow it here in Colorado, but we're only allowed to have 1 ounce. You know? What fucking good is 1 ounce going to do you, man? It's limited supply. You can't be self-sufficient on 1 ounce, you know. So the idea is that, you know, we're dependent on the system. We can't be to legally use marijuana. We got to buy it from the, you know. Otherwise, we're breaking the law. Fucking bullshit, man. Should be no fucking laws against cannabis whatsoever, man. In this free fucking country that we live in. It's not a fucking dangerous drug. It's not fucking... You know, the drugs that they prescribe to people kill more people than any fucking cannabis ever has, so... Yeah, I'm just saying, man, I'm fucking so fucking sick of it. Of assholes controlling it for their own selfish fucking interests. They just don't want us to have such a powerful fucking, you know, beneficial plant. It's just not in their best interest. So yeah, that's the fucking bullshit going on this week in America, in the world, in Colorado, and I'm afraid it's just going to get a lot worse. So people, enjoy yourselves while you can, man. If you can now. And I'll talk to you guys next week. Thanks for watching.